Wonderlanders, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Sam and this is Wonderland TV, where Chris and I, my husband, share all of our Disney adventures. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks and basically how I plan our Walt Disney World vacations. If you haven't noticed, it's just me in front of the camera because Chris, the ultimate Disney husband, I just tell him when we're going and where we're going, and he just packs his suitcase and comes along for the ride. So he has the easy part of this. Me, I am the brains behind the operation. I plan everything. He does help me with dining reservations and lightning lane selections on, what we want to prioritize. But for the main part, I love doing this stuff. I actually have a background in events and planning, so it's just super natural for me to just take responsibility for the Disney planning. So I hope this video is helpful to you out there. If you're preparing for a Walt Disney World vacation or you're thinking about a Walt Disney World vacation, hopefully this helps you in your planning. So if you have any questions, please drop them below. And while you're at it, please like this video as it helps others find our information. And please subscribe to our channel. Chris and I are so close to hitting our 1,000 subscriber goal, and we would love it if you hit subscribe because new vlogs will be coming up soon. So with that being said, grab a drink, grab some snacks. I'm gonna crack open my Hyperfixation Dr. Pepper Zero Strawberries and Cream. I have been drinking this for the past couple months, and it is like, I'm like literally addicted to it. So get yourself a drink and come along for the planning process. Hashtag not sponsored, but I'd love to be. Oh my God, could you imagine? So the first line of business is, how do I decide when we go to Disney World? There are a few things that I keep in mind when I plan a Walt Disney World vacation. One of those being the time of year, the crowd level, and what is being offered during that time of year, and also discounts, which I will go into detail a little bit later into this video. When I am planning a Walt Disney World vacation, one of the things that I will do is check a crowd calendar. When you type in Walt Disney World crowd calendar into Google or your search engine, you're going to come up with a list of different websites. One of the websites that I like to use is Undercover Tourist. Now, this video is no way, shape, or form sponsored or anything. I just enjoy their website. I think it's really easy to look at and read. So I'm going to show you here on the screen what I'm looking at as well. Now, this is for the entire month, for the entire year of 2025. So basically, what's shown in red is going to be your highest crowd levels, and what's shown in yellow is going to be your average crowd levels. Now, this is just a prediction. And as you see, the beginning of the year is really red and yellow. I feel like there is no really quiet time anymore in Disney World. So this gives you a little idea of the kind of crowd levels that you're looking at. Now, take this with a grain of salt, right? It is just a prediction. It doesn't mean that the crowd levels are going to be like this, but just looking at the history of Walt Disney World, some of these crowd calendars can really give you a great idea of what to look for. There are some times of the year that I really enjoy going to Walt Disney World. I really liked being there for the holiday season. So that's a season that I'm going to look at ongoing. And, the Flower and Garden Festival that we're going to, that's a festival that I really enjoy going to. I love going in the spring, right before it gets too hot during the summer. The summer is brutal. The summer is very hot, but it's one of the most inexpensive times to go. So you really have to weigh out your options there. Budget. As I just touched on, budget is very, very important in planning a Walt Disney World vacation. Not only for your overall budget, but to look at the time of year and see what time of year, what months may be less expensive than others. So what I do, and as a trick, is I go to the Walt Disney World website, as I'm showing you here. I click on Build Your Vacation. Now, just for this video, I'm gonna do like the first week of May. Oh, no, we are not doing the entire entire month of May. Are you kidding me? That'd be really fun. Anyway, so you're going to plug in potential dates. So let's say for this example, okay, I am looking at going in May. I know May is a very popular month to go as well. I know a lot of, schools out, things like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to click on the first hotel that pops up. So Disney's Art of Animation. Disney also comes up with multiple discounts throughout the year. So that's something that I'll touch on as well. But for right now, I'm just going to click room so I can just see the basic room pricing for Art of Animation without any discounts. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so this brings up the Disney's Art of Animation Resort page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to select the Little Mermaid Standard Room. Now I'm going to click this little blue box here, or the blue text rather, that says offer details. I'm going to press that. This is going to give you a breakdown of how much your rate is per night. It shows you the cute little dates there and then the rates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press View Rate Calendar. And ta-da! This gives you the rates for the entire year. It's kind of like you really have to dig into the website to find this. But I don't know if a lot of people know this or not. This is something that I use for every single vacation that I plan. I need to look at the overall cost of the hotel, what the rates are going to be. Now, you can see for March, April, for this example, I need to go to May. There we go. So now I'm in May. And as you see, okay, the first week is not too bad, right? Sunday the 4th is going to be $270, the 5th, $254, et cetera, et cetera. So you might be, okay, that's pretty good, but it's a little out of my budget. That's a little bit more than what I want to pay per night. So with this example, you can click to the next month. Okay, June is actually more expensive, as you see. July is about the same. Okay, and then you start to see a little decrease in August. So maybe if May is too expensive and you're willing to go during the summer months, as I pointed out earlier, it is a little less expensive. August, kids start to go back to school, universities start to go back to school, etc. So this might be a good time for you to go. Fair warning, it is very hot. But I hope this little trick helps you. This is something that I use every single time I book a Disney World vacation. Now, one of the other tricks, hacks that I'm going to show you is something that I always pay attention to, and that is Disney World special offers. So I head back to the home page and I'm going to kind of hover over the places to stay on the website. And I'm going to go over here and press special offers. Now, throughout the entirety of the year, Disney World will come out with special offers. In my opinion, and I have asked a cast member, they come out quarterly. So, there's 4 quarters in a year. Disney typically comes out with their quarterly discount a couple months in advance of that quarter. Now, my advice to you is if you want to go to Disney World, your dates are non-negotiable. You looked at the rate calendar that I just showed you and you're like, you know what? This is within my budget. If I get a discount, cool. I don't want to wait till the discounts to be released. And I would applaud you in doing that. I almost always book our vacations without knowing the special offers. The reason being is you want to lock in your dates as soon as possible. So I know that we want to go for the holiday season. So I booked in my dates almost a year in advance so we can have those dates. And then when Disney announces their quarterly discount, their AP discount, whatever it is, I can just call the customer service line, talk to a cast member and say, hey, can you can you grant me that special offer that Disney is giving out to my existing reservation? And as long as you have an existing reservation with Walt Disney World, there shouldn't be any issues. I've never had any issues with a cast member just plugging that discount into an existing reservation. I will show you guys what Disney World has as their current special offer. So you can go in here and the top one, save up to 30% on rooms when you stay longer than 5 nights. Obviously, they have, valid for most consecutive night stay from May 1st to July 31st. So if you're looking to stay within that time frame, you don't have an annual pass, or a Florida resident or anything like that, this might be a good special discount for you to look into. They're also doing looks like a Disney water park seasonal pass. So there's, I highly encourage everybody to look at this website. There's tons of different opportunities on here. Here we go. The Disney pass holders for Alani, Disney annual pass holders for select Disney resort hotels. So there's tons of different options on here to really dig into and to look at. So I highly recommend looking at the special offers page as well. All right, we have our Disney World vacation booked. You checked out the crowd calendar, you checked out the rates, you checked out the special offers. Tick, tick, tick. All your boxes are checked. Now you're booked. You put that $200 deposit down. Woo! Now it's time to really get down to the planning. Planning a Walt Disney World vacation is not for the weak. It feels like there's so much, you just got everything booked and now you still have so much to book. But don't worry, it comes in waves, and remember that you got this. One of the things that I do to keep organized is make an Excel spreadsheet. Now I just go into Google Drive and I go to Sheets, and I made this template, which if you're interested in, please comment down below and I will share the link. I don't know if people are going to be interested in this or not, but this is basically a blank slate to how I plan our vacation. So for this example, we're gonna go during the first week of May. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in this top ribbon here with the dates and the days that we're looking to go. All right, so I filled in our days during the top ribbon. For this example, I'm just doing a Monday through a Sunday. And then what I'll do is I'll basically plug in all of our plans, all of our existing information into here. So like if we're flying, flight, 6:45 a.m. and then, evening, we want to go into Epcot for the evening. So this is just like a very generic, plan. This is kind of like the blueprint plan of what we're looking to fill. So if you don't like this method, I highly recommend writing it down some way, shape, or form. I know some people bring like a book, some people write it down in their phone. It's just a way to keep organized. Chris and I don't always stick to the plan that I put together, but it's really a blueprint of what we want the vacation to look like. Sometimes our reservations, which you guys have seen if you watched our vlogs, sometimes we don't always go to the dining reservation, but this will give you a blueprint of, what you're wanting to do, where you're wanting to go, what you're wanting to eat, things like that. So I have filled out our blueprint for the trip. Of course, I'm not going to share it with you guys because the vlogs will come out and you're just going to have to be subscribed and stay tuned to see what we're going to do. But I plugged in all the information, where we're going to go, the park hours, the multi-pass, dining reservations, things like that. Now, I'm going to touch on dining reservations here in a second. If you're interested in planning a dining reservation on Disney World property, that includes Disney Springs, that includes any of the resorts, that includes the parks, I highly, highly recommend booking those when the window opens 60 days before your Walt Disney World trip. That window does open 60 days in advance to your first day of your Walt Disney World vacation at 6 a.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. I highly recommend you filling out your Disney blueprint before your Disney World vacation to plug in any possible dining reservations that you're interested in going to. I can't stress this enough. Do not book your reservation 60 days in advance and go, I want to go to Ohana, because that is probably not going to happen. If you're just going to cruise on the app looking for dining reservations, those very, very high sought after restaurants like Ohana, like Topolino's Terrace, Cinderella's Castle. Those are going to go like that. So I highly recommend you making a list of high priority restaurants to low priority restaurants when you're looking to book your reservations, and snag those high priority first. Now remember, when that window opens, right, you have 60 days, 2 months before your Disney World vacation, you can book the entirety of your vacation for dining reservations when that 60 days opens up. So for this vacation, Chris and I are not doing the Disney full dining plan. We're actually doing the Disney quick service plan, but we did want to go to one dining reservations, which I'm not going to say what it was, but yes, I did have to get up 60 days in advance at 6 a.m. to snag the reservation that we wanted. So I got my dining reservations done. I have my blueprint done. Obviously, I already have my trip booked. Now, what else do I plan to do? This is, we're leaving in about 2 weeks, so 13 days before the start of our vacation. 7 days before you head to Walt Disney World, if you have a Walt Disney World package, you can book your multi-pass lightning lanes. Now, for those who are going, Sam, what are you talking about multi-pass lightning lane? It was Genie Plus, and before that it was Fast Pass. Well, last year, I think it was, they changed the name again. So it's multi-pass lightning lanes. I just call them lightning lanes. So if you're interested in skipping the queues and using what was the old Fast Pass, I know we have to pay for it now. I know it sucks. It is what it is, right? But I will say lightning lanes save Chris and I so much time. It really is worth it, especially if you're going during those high crowd to, like, you know, mid crowd times of the year. It really does pay for itself. So what I did is I went to Walt Disney World's website again. I'll put it here on the screen, and I am on the lightning lane page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. This gives you a quick little synopsis of, you know, how to purchase, things like that, which actually you are able to purchase in advance. If you're staying on property, you get to choose your lightning lane 7 days in advance. And if you're not staying on property, you are able to choose your lightning lanes 3 days in advance. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to head over to attractions and experiences, because with this new lightning lane situation, it's now a tiered structure. So you can't just hop on the app and think that you're going to ride all of the top tier attractions. So from here, during my planning phase, which is what we're doing today, I am planning to purchase lightning lanes for our trip. So for example, I'm going to click on Magic Kingdom and I'm going to scroll down, and this shows you all of the eligible Magic Kingdom park experiences. As I mentioned, it now is on a tiered system, so you get to choose one from the top tier and then 2 experiences from the bottom group. Or you could do all 3 from the bottom group. I don't know why you would. I mean, maybe you don't like any of these rides. I'm not judging. But I and Chris and I, we want to do Tiana's, so that was a priority for us. So when I wake up a week before we leave for our vacation at 7 a.m., I will be snagging Tiana's Bayou. Now, if Tiana's Bayou is gone, then, you know, second best would be Space Mountain, and so on and so on. So, and then this is kind of how I plan out our lightning lanes. And I look at these tiers, I look at them through all of the different parks. Here's Epcot's. So this will show you, you know, again, you could choose one experience from the top and one experience or 2 experiences from the bottom. So I hope this helps when you're figuring out your Disney blueprint. And that's Mochi in the background. I don't know what she's barking about, but I hope this helps with planning your lightning lanes. I know it's very confusing. Again, I highly recommend, if you've never used this system before, watch some videos on it. Watch Chris and I's videos, our vlogs. We do talk about it from time to time. It's just one of those things where it's very daunting, but I promise it's not. Once you use it once or twice, I promise you will get a hang of it. And I highly, highly recommend doing that. I didn't even tell you guys how to look for the prices of it. So I'm going to show you that too real quick. That I have to do on my phone because I don't think you can look at it on the computer, but I'm going to go to the Walt Disney World app and I'm going to click the little hamburger in the bottom right corner, which it'll automatically bring it up it should when you open the app. And then I'm going to press here, the Lightning Lane passes. It's going to kind of do its thing. You can do the Lightning Lane multi-pass or the Lightning Lane single pass. The Lightning Lane single pass are just for specific rides throughout Disney World, which I'm not going to focus on right now. I'm just going to focus on the multi-pass. So I'm going to say purchase Lightning Lane multi-pass. And I will go to our dates. So we're going to be there the week of the 16th. So I'm going to press the 16th. And then from here, you are able to pick any park that you are looking to go to. So for this example, I'm going to press Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios is going to be $29 per guest for the Lightning Lanes, and then the single Lightning Lane single pass for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance is going to be $25 per guest. So that's something that you can put on your blueprint and decide if that's something that you want to do or not. I highly, highly, highly recommend Lightning Lane for Hollywood Studios. If you don't do it for any of the other parks, do it for Hollywood Studios because it's just worth it. And there's so many attractions, so many high sought out attractions in Hollywood Studios that I will not, if I don't want to pay for multipass, if I don't want to pay for multipass in any of the other parks, I will almost always pay for it for Hollywood Studios because it's a smaller park. Those lines can get very long, especially if you want to ride Slinky Dog Dash. This is one way to make sure that you're on it. So obviously I'm gonna check this just for the example, and I'll show you guys that look, you are actually not eligible until March 8th, 2025 at 7 a.m. So you cannot book your Lightning Lane passes until that week before your vacation starts, but you can see how expensive it's going to be. So that's something you can plan as well and see if it's going to be worth it for you or not. Some honorable mention planning things are going to be things like, you know, your mode of transportation, right? How are you going to get to Disney World? For this vlog series, Chris and I are going to drive. So I was planning, you know, if we're going to stop along the way at any stops, Buc-ee's, and how long we're planning to be there, how long the drive is going to be, things like that. If you're flying, obviously you need to do some research on your flights, book that information, obviously check into your flight the day before you leave, check baggage fees. You know, I know certain airlines have different baggage rules, so that's something you might want to look into as well. I know it might sound, you know, dumb to really put that on your list, but it is something to think about. You know, how are you getting to and from Disney World? Are you going to fly? Are you going to drive? Train, plane, and automobiles, whatever you want to do. It is something to think about as well, and to add it into your budget. Bonus tip as well for planning to go on a budget. If you're looking to get gift cards, which is something that Chris and I almost always do, is we buy a couple of different gift cards to keep us within a budget. And I always go to Target or Sam's Club because if you are a Target Red Card member, you get 5% off gift card purchases. And if you're at Sam's Club, they do a dollar amount as well off Disney gift cards. So for a $200 gift card, I think it's like $180. Let's double check that real quick. Yeah, so if you're a Sam's Club member and you want to buy a $200 gift card, it would be $190. If you want to buy a $500 gift card, it would be $484.98. And if you want to get a $50 gift card, it comes down to $47.98. So it's not like super crazy savings, but any saving helps when you're going to Disney World. All right, Wonderlanders, we booked our vacation We've planned our vacation. We have planned and booked our lightning lanes, and we are packed and ready to go. So the only thing left is to go to Disney World, which will be the next video after this. So please subscribe if you have not to see the future vlogs. Please like this video as it helps others find our channel. And please comment, questions, anything. Do you have a thorough planning process that you follow? Please let me know in the comments below. I want to see what you guys think as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see what happens next.